American Indians is actually started it. They used to do tribal disputes during the lacrosse games. When I first came down in '77, there was only like 4 high school teams. Now I think we got 84 teams down in the South Florida area. Today, this is a showcase. It's team, local players, getting up just to showcase the talents for the college coaches to get into one place and see as many kids as possible. And these guys, looking to recruit, and it gives us a chance to show off some of the talents we have. For the past 20 years, trying to develop the sport. Now we're becoming, a hotbed to get some recruits, play college ball.
Team Florida is a program we started about 7 years ago to kind of get all the college coaches in the country to come to Florida and try to recruit our players in the state in one place over the weekend.
Each year gets better and better. There's a lot of coaches from D1, D2, D3 schools out here looking to recruit some of these guys.
We're looking for players who really embody all the values that we have at Providence College in terms of kids who really want to be part of something special, guys who want to get an education. Student athletes are going to work really hard at the game of lacrosse, want to be good at their craft, and coming down to places like Florida, we can find really good athletes that are looking to get a good education and come up north, and so this is a great venue for us to be at.
I truly believe that Florida in the next 3 to 5 years, you'll see more Division I college lacrosse players, and throughout the country, D2, D3, and I think this is going to be a new hotbed. I've seen it blow up in the last 3 to 5 years, and I think 3 to 5 years from now will be an outsource for, the state.
I think Florida, we got players coming out of Florida that I think can play at the highest level. For years, the St. Andrews program under you sent in players Division I, and guys that we have out of Florida at Providence right now, we've got 2 guys on our roster that get serious minutes for us and do a great job in the Big East. I think that, when we get out of our season and we have a chance to come down, the first thing we do is come down to Florida, go out to Texas, go out to California. The game is just expanding, and there's great athletes and great coaching at every level, and we find that when we come down to Florida.
Last couple years, 2 to 3 years, I've seen college coaches ring my phone off the hook, and it's a testament to the young players where they're going in the recruiting camps all over the country. And this year, 57 college coaches coming to this showcase, when a year ago only 25 came. And in 1 year, a year ago, we could have picked the 24 best players in the state. This year, 55 to 60 kids will be the best players on that team, which a year ago only 24. So it's coming, it's growing.
Well, I think that when watching the games, you can see that there's just a general growth of the talent base in Florida. And what we're seeing in the tryouts, when we come down to the tryouts, is we're seeing now that it's not just like 1 or 2 guys that you can really keep your eye on. Now you've got 4 or 5, 6 guys on each team that have the ability to push to be a Division I player. So it really, you can see the depth of talent is gotten a lot wider.
I want to keep improving, always get better from year to year. Improve points, my leadership abilities. I want to go and just spread the game and represent, lead by example, and go up north and show what Florida lacrosse is really about. We're not just some pushover state, and we're really going to improve and be one of the powerhouses. So.
We got a great senior class and a good group of kids that just worked so hard to get there. To see those guys go out with a state championship just makes me so proud.
It's pretty much like just a dream come true. We've been working at this for 4 years.
I'm looking for toughness. I think that's a big element. Fast, athletic kids that can just grind and go out there and compete with the guys from up north.
I went down and I knew it was the last face-off, the most important face-off, so I just told myself I had to get it.
I think the skill level is obviously coming. I think we've seen vast amounts of improvements over the past 3 or 4 years.
And we scrummed at it, but we got it, and I don't know, just moved it ahead. We spun it around and ended up being a goal.
Us winning that game against St. Andrews was big in so many ways, not just because it was a state title game and not just because it was St. Andrews, but I think just moving forward, like you said, it just gives our kids the confidence next time we see them that maybe they're not that unbeatable team and that mystique that's been surrounding them for so long.
First thing that went through my head after winning the state championship was just enormous relief, just a burden lift off my back. I was just like, we finally did it. We beat them.
I know it seemed like we had a whole state behind us in that game, and I know that after the game I've gotten several phone calls and emails and text messages from various coaches and parents and players from around the state, and I think it gave everybody a sense of hope that St. Andrews can be beat.
Well, we just need to improve. Coming off a loss in the state championship, it's hard, but we all learned as a team, we gotta come together and work even harder.
If I want to be the best, so I just got a lot to learn. Got to feed from the coaches, feed from the other players. So I don't know, just this summer's going to be huge.
I see lacrosse as a sport that has a lot of potential to grow into a big-time national sport on the stages that the MLB and the NFL are. It certainly has a long way to go. It's one of the fastest-growing sports in the country right now.
One of the schools we try to start a team up, the AD, the athletic director says, I don't like the sport, I don't know anything about it. He says, I don't need headaches, but he said, but the kids want it, so he tried it. 2 years later, he came up to us and apologized. He says, he said, I can't field a JV baseball team because all the kids are going out to lacrosse games and the fans, and we had a game that night, the fans was packed, this was packed for football.
we're seeing that the lacrosse is stealing those better athletes, and we're seeing that also at the collegiate level, where you get better athletes coming in and going with lacrosse over basketball or football.
You see kids fall in love with it, especially in areas like around here that have, it's a big football area. And now you're starting to see kids that would have gone to play football that are now coming to play lacrosse because it's just an awesome game. They call lacrosse the fastest game on 2 feet. I think that it draws kids in because it's action-packed, it's a team sport, there's a lot of excitement behind it.
Well, actually, it's televised now. There's about a half a dozen games on today. ESPN covers quite a few games.
No, just really pleased to have a Lax.com come down to our showcase and legitimize our showcase.
I think playing in big NFL venues and things like that has really helped the sport grow, and the TV coverage and things like Lax.com really help a lot with that.